I want to tell you about my why. Here's something I don't normally talk about. I have dyslexia, which means my brain processes language differently. Spelling, reading, keeping up in school, none of that came easy to me. Actually, it was really hard. I was not the one teachers pointed to as promising. I struggled to read, to keep up, to feel like I belonged in that environment. And when you struggle like that, you start to form a story about yourself that maybe you're not smart enough. Maybe you're not capable. Maybe you're always going to be behind. Once while returning papers, a professor told me my report was really interesting. Expecting an A, I looked down and saw a D. When I asked him about it, he said that there were just too many misspelled words. Apparently, spelling was more important than ideas. But I stayed with ideas. And now we know that computers can spell, but even in the age of AI, only humans can have true insights. But something else was happening in me at the same time. Because when you struggle, you start to see other people who struggle. You recognize it instantly, not intellectually. You feel it. You see the person who isn't being heard, the one who's being dismissed, the one who knows something is wrong but can't prove it. That stayed with me. I didn't become a doctor because school came easy. I became a doctor because I understood what it felt like to not fit in, to try hard and still not get the results, to know something is off but not have the language to explain it. And that's what I see every day now. Patients who've done everything right. They've seen a specialist, they've run the test, they've followed the advice, and they're still unwell. Not because they're failing, but because the system doesn't fully see them. And that's where my why comes from. It's not about medicine. It's about seeing the person in front of me completely, not reducing them to a lab value, not dismissing them because they don't fit into a neat box, but staying with the complexity long enough to see the real story emerge. Because I remember what it felt like to be the one who didn't fit in. And I made a decision long ago. If I ever had a chance, I would build a different kind of approach. One that doesn't punish people for being complex. One that doesn't give up when something doesn't immediately make sense. One that keeps looking and asking. So, if you're feeling overlooked or dismissed, or you're doing everything right and still not getting better, I see you. And I built this for you. I'm Dr. Sult, a medical doctor and functional medicine practitioner.